Okay.
Tell me about your case.
I want to first proof I have is Mr. Davidson claimed that there was a vacation that was never booked, that I scammed him out of vacation. That was incorrect. There was a vacation. Me and Mr. Davidson dated roughly a few weeks. He booked a vacation through my travel partner, Apple Vacations, for my birthday vacation. Things were not going accordingly to Mr. Davis' intentions. He thought because he was doing certain things for me that I owed him something in exchange, which I didn't feel I owed him anything.
So I need you to slow down for me.
I'm sorry.
I gotta digest it.
Okay.
Okay. This is a defamation.
Yes.
I vaguely remember, I don't know if it was a motion for summary. You all dated briefly.
Basically.
At least I believe that was your claim, that you dated briefly.
Correct.
And that there was a vacation that was booked, that he was suing you, I guess, to get money back. He said that you scammed him out of vacation.
Right, which didn't happen. The vacation, basically, long story short, which I have proof here, the vacation got canceled.
What is the statement that you're saying was the defamation, that you scammed him?
The character is that he's lying, saying that I scammed him. He went on to Better Business Viewer in Google and put my business has nothing to do with me and Mr. Davidson's personal relationship. Okay. My travel agency. You
still got something down for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So the basis of your claim is that he scammed. He published a statement saying that you scammed him out of a vacation.
No, he claimed that was never booked, which was booked.
That was never booked, and that this is what he published on
Better Business Viewer, and also on he put two different applications on Better Business Viewer and one on Google. Which the vacation got booked, the vacation got canceled because he canceled and requested cancellation. The flights were canceled. Mr. Davidson has a credit of $700.
So how much was the vacation?
The vacation total was $3,085.10.
Okay, and this was booked back when?
This was booked back on December 16, 2024.
Okay. Not even a year ago yet.
Not even a year ago.
Okay, and at the time you both were dating?
We were dating.
Okay, and how long have you been dating when this was booked?
Not even maybe a week.
Okay,
a week and a half.
And tell me what the conversation was, or how it was that you came about booking the vacation. What did he say?
He said, I wanted to go to Jamaica. I had never been to Jamaica before. I've done cruises and things like that. So he said he would take me for my birthday. When is your birthday? March 11th.
Okay. And so this was December. He said he's never been to Jamaica. He will take you for your birthday. Asked you to book it?
Correct. He asked me to book it. Now,
and you're going in March?
We're going in March. Correct.
When in March is your birthday?
March 11th.
And when was the trip?
Booked March 9th to March 12th. Which I also have all the emails from the beginning of the relationship to the end of this conversation.
These emails are text?
These are text messages.
Okay. Okay, and you want to present this as proof of conversations that you had?
Correct.
Did you show him a copy of that?
I'm sure he has this from our phone to each other. So.
But court rules, you got to show him a copy of what you're presenting as evidence.
Okay, so you want to see? So.
If you want to do text messages first, you show him that, and then you can make them. You show them to him.
Okay, so you got to text messages first.
You have any objection to those being admitted? Okay, you can.
Mr. Davidson asked me to cancel the vacation originally. See, what he clearly didn't understand is that when you take money from someone using a credit card for a vacation, anyone that uses a credit card knows that it takes 7 to 10 days, 10 to 14 days, or 14 to 28 days. You're not going to get no money back right away. So I had to reach out to Apple Vacations in order to have this vacation canceled, to go their process on their cancellation in order to request travel credits. Mr. Davidson did not allow me time. I want my money back today. I'm taking you to court. I'm suing you.
Okay.
It's a process.
Slow it down. It's early.
I'm sorry, Ms. Simmons. I'm just trying
to slow it down.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So there was a short, brief whirlwind relationship. Your girlfriend, you're going on vacation for your birthday.
Right.
How long after the vacation was booked before you all dissolved the relationship?
Well, the same day. January 7th is when he wanted to cancel the vacation. It was actually supposed to be, I guess, his birthday.
January 7th was his birthday?
Correct.
And that's when y'all broke up?
Correct. Because he wanted something for me for his birthday. He didn't get, so he decided to cancel my birthday vacation.
Okay. So January 7th broke up, and so he said cancel the vacation.
Yeah, and the vacation.
And you went in on January 7th to cancel?
Well, I came in on January 8th. The vacation was canceled. The flights were canceled first, which I have confirmations from Delta showing that the vacation were canceled. Our flights were canceled, which they were non-refundable, which the itinerary shows here, unrefundable. Basic economy, fare exchanges, upgrades, nothing available, which means non-refundable means you're not getting any money back or no credit. on the flight. That's what I know you know. Okay. So then a travel credit was issued for the resort because he did cancel the resort in the time frame. There was a resort credit, which took about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks for them to issue that, which he was already trying to do a counter sue. Instead of giving Apple vacations, I didn't have the money they had. I'm not going to reach in my pocket and give you money. It comes from the company. So I had to wait for them to go, their cancellation to go that way. And so that's where he came about. The same day that he canceled the vacation, he went on Google on January 8th and Better Business Bureau and stated, first he stated very bad service in the process of filing a small claims court case against her booking. Booking was not complete. Here's the complete itinerary. He says that the booking was never complete.
You have a printout of what he said?
I do.
Thank God, because you're moving so quick.
I'm sorry. Which he said I'm a scam artist. Apple Vacations is not a scam.
Okay, let's slow down. So first, you have the paperwork there was proof of the
actual booking
and then cancellation.
Yep, this is the
Can
booking.
You separate it and then show him Mr. Davidson the proof of the booking.
This is the booking. There's a cancellation.
And cancellation. Any objection to those as exhibits?
You want to look? Okay.
And then you had what else, ma'am?
Then here is also applications, a credit. Hold on, let's see. Let me give you a breakdown one. He tried to do a chargeback to his credit card company and tried to say that he didn't book it, which they declined the chargeback here. And we issued a credit.
Oh, he tried to, you mean, file a claim with his credit
card company. He called his credit card company and told them that he never booked a vacation. The text messages show that. That's when he tried to sue me. That didn't work out, but okay.
I got you.
There's no objection to that as exhibit.
Well, I can't scam you if you got a credit there. Here's the Better Business Viewer. He said, my ex-friend supposed to have booked a vacation for me using Apple Vacation, but she used her travel agency. This is Apple Vacations, as you see the itinerary. But she used her travel agency. I never authorized her in doing that. You see the text messages. He authorized me to use his credit card. So I'm not understanding why he would say that. He said, then she booked under her name. The itinerary clearly says Mr. Davidson name first, and he has a secondary person on the itinerary. I wanted to cancel the trip. She refused and will not credit my account back. I'm in the process of taking her to small claims court. I never authorized her to be my travel agent. Then he posted on here my personal email address, my company, my boutique, not my travel agency, my boutique name, my boutique number, and put my boutique business name and reported this on January 14th. My businesses have nothing to do with me and Mr. Davis's personal relationship. So he went and tried to badger my business based on something that happened in a personal relationship. These are also your Better Business Viewer and your Google.
Okay, and so tell me what's your proofs about damages? Because
so the damages is like, okay, so
well, let me explain damages before you start.
Okay.
So the way it works for defamation, you have to prove that there was a false statement that was published.
Okay.
To another person or a third party, and then that it caused you some harm, some damage. So what was the damages?
Okay, so by him posting it on my business, first of all, that's defamation of character because you're lying on me. He said I was a scammer, that I'd never booked a vacation that got booked. My boutique has nothing to do with him. So him badgering me or my company has nothing to do with a vacation. That's irrelevant. I deal with customers. I've had my company for 8.5 years. I've had my travel agency for 6. I've been in the community of Lansing for 6.5. The shelter. I assist women. I'm a life coach. I'm a relationship therapist here in Lansing, and I serve in my community. And what he did was wrong. He tried to use something because he couldn't get what he wanted from me to try to sue me for something that he did wrong. But he wrongfully went on Google and Better Business Viewer saying things that were untrue. So my character could have caused harm to my business.
Did it
People look at reviews. I'm sure it did. I don't know who I've seen it, but it was published. And it was published there for quite a while. You know, I kept lost wages coming down here, coming to court for something that was false that did not actually happen. And that's.
So you lost wages coming here?
Coming, you know,
Lansing?
I live in Lansing, but I'm closing my store to come down here to be in court.
Any other proofs or witnesses? Are those witnesses?
That's my daughter, what she knows about the relationship, my assistant, and also a friend. I brought this man to church with me on New Year's Eve to bring in the New Year's. I don't play about God and I don't play about anything that I do. So I thought he was a sincere person. I met him on a dating site, and the vacation that he booked was actually on my dad's birthday. My dad was murdered a few years ago. So I took this, thank you, personally. I went through a lot for a whole year for something that got booked because he couldn't be responsible and talk to me like a normal human being and let me go through the process of applications, and I wouldn't have been going through this.
And are you're still with Apple Vacations?
I am.
Did you suffer any issues with Apple Vacations because of this?
I did. I had to send them a lot of paperwork and everything because I've never had any bad review on none of my companies. I'm a notary freelance, and I'm also a process server. I'm a coach, a boutique, and a travel agent. I have never had one review bad on any of my customers, any of my clients. He's the person. He was never a client. It was a personal relationship. So I'll take that. It's hard to be a business owner. I'm self-employed. I'm not an employee, so he wouldn't know anything about a business versus a personal life.
Well, I don't know what he would know about. Yeah. I'm going to give him a chance to tell me what he knows. Are you finished now, ma'am?
I am.
Oh, you can make your defense.
Well, when I came to court for our case, it was stayed.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the defamation.
Okay, the defamation.
She is saying
okay,
that she is suing you for defamation, saying that you made a false statement. And in order to defeat a defamation claim, you have to prove that it's true.
Okay, right here is proof that I was not credited for my vacation because she sent a false itinerary with somebody else's name to my credit card company, and they reversed the charges that I was supposed to get my refund on.
Okay, let me first stop. Were you all ever in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. When you came for your motion, you told me something different. So you're now agreeing that you were in a relationship.
It was just the beginning of a relationship.
Yeah, but you were in a relationship, not a beginning of a relationship. I didn't ask you were you married.
Yeah.
You were in a relationship, a personal relationship.
Yeah, personal.
Okay. And so did you offer to take her on vacation for her birthday?
No.
Okay. You asked her to book a trip for you to go to Jamaica?
Well, I usually take a baseball trip at the beginning of the spring and the summer and at the end.
Okay.
Just like I stated. So I told her she could join me when I go to Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica 2 or 3 times. So it's nothing new for me to go to Jamaica. So I said,
okay. You want
she
to go
said that was my first
that part is semantics. But the fact, did you ask her to book a trip for you to Jamaica?
Well, at first I was going to book it. Then she said, I'll take over and I'll book it. I usually never let anybody.
You said you were going to book yourself a trip to Jamaica.
Book us a trip.
Book both of you a trip to Jamaica. Yeah. Okay.
I usually do all my travel bookings myself. And when you do it yourself through Apple Vacations, when your name is on it, you can cancel it without anyone else participating in it.
Right. So the purpose of you booking the trip to Jamaica was just to go to Jamaica?
Yeah, just to go to Jamaica.
Where are you going during her birthday?
It was pre-baseball, before my baseball season started.
When does your baseball season start?
At the end of March.
Okay, so the best time that you come up with was just so happened to be on her birthday weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It was a relationship, so why not make it?
And when I read these messages, I'm not going to see anything that contradicts that.
I don't.
Okay. So you're going because it's pre-baseball. And then that you asked that this to be booked in December 2024, this past December, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and it was $3,085?
Yes, it was.
And that's with the flights?
Flights, and which she had sent back to my, they broke it down, my credit card company. It says that I took out, what's it called? Travel insurance. That's why she said I didn't have travel insurance. My credit card company said, that's one of the reasons you didn't get your money back. You had booked with travel insurance.
I know what travel insurance.
So
what is this that you have here that you want to offer?
This is what I got from my credit card company.
Who can show it to me?
Oh, you can go ahead and send.
And it's saying what?
And it says that they reversed the charges because they saying that I had travel insurance. On the back of it, it has the itinerary. It doesn't even have my name on it. It has somebody else's name on it. That's Shamika and Tia name on it.
Okay. And then, okay, so that's been admitted. That's your exhibit A. I have more questions. You asked her to book this December on or about December 16th, 2024?
Yeah, somewhere.
Okay. And then you all were fine up until right after the new year?
Right after the new year, she started having problems. See,
When's your birthday, sir?
January 7th.
Okay, so January 7th, you all broke up?
Yes. I told her she had called me, like, first of all, she had problems with her car. Then I need a new tire. Then she called me on her birthday. I need this.
Her birthday hadn't come yet.
No, her birthday haven't even came.
So how
yet.
did she? You just told me she called you on your birthday.
Yeah.
I'm talking about January.
What?
What happened in January? You're telling me about she called you on your birthday saying she needed a new tire. That's not.
No, I'm talking about.
You weren't dating her in her birthday anymore.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It was my birthday.
Oh, so she called you on your birthday and said she needed a new tire.
She was supposed to take me out to dinner or whatever.
For your birthday.
Yeah. And then she was like, I can't do this. I got this is that. I said, you know what? Since you
she does talk fast, but I don't know what that means. I can't do this because this and that or whatever.
And she was just yelling about something. I said, you know what?
Something was going on.
Yeah, you need to get your life in shape. And I'm just going to step back. I'm not going to deal with all this. You know, when people are going through issues, it's not, you know what? I'm going to step back and let the coast clear. I'm not going to see people try to date when they're going through stuff.
I don't need you to explain all that to me.
Yeah.
What I need you to explain to me what happened here. Don't give me none of this, what people try to do.
But I'm saying.
You all were fine up until January 7th. And then January 7th, she's supposed to take you to dinner, but she had an issue.
Yeah.
And you decided, don't hear me, just listen first. You decided that she has too many issues, so you were going to step back.
Yeah.
Okay. So had you been having some issues or had some concerns about her issues prior to January 7th?
Yes,
okay. And did you ever communicate that to her?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So January 7th, she's supposed to take you to dinner. Didn't happen. You say communicate to her. You want to take a step back. What did you communicate to her as it relates to the trip that you had planned to take her on?
I said I'm canceling the trip.
You say you're canceling the trip. And then what happened?
And that's when she said, you booked a non-refundable vacation.
Okay.
And I said, with Apple Vacation, I do a lot of traveling. So I know that they will refund my expenses. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But what about the flight? Where was your flight booked through? Apple?
It was booked through, it's supposed to be booked through Delta.
Okay. But, did you book a refundable flight?
But that flight was never booked through Delta.
It was never booked through Delta. What is
because I never got confirmation email. You know how you get a confirmation email with
telling you the flight's booked?
Yeah.
Okay. So because you never received a confirmation email, your belief is that it was never booked?
Nope.
Okay. But did you ever get a confirmation from Apple?
Apple said I had to.
Did you ever get a confirmation from Apple about your vacation being booked?
Okay, yes, I did.
Did it say anything about a flight on there?
They said they couldn't give me any information on it.
The email on the confirmation said can't give you any information on the flight.
No, they said they couldn't even give me any information about the booking because
Who say?
Apple.
Where's the email confirmation you got about your Apple vacation? I asked you, did you get one? You said yeah. Where is it?
This is the thing of it is. Like she got this.
No. I asked you a question. You can tell me the thing of it is later. Where is the confirmation that you got from Apple after your vacation was booked?
I didn't get anything from Apple.
You just told me you did.
No, I just got this. I thought this was from Apple, but it wasn't.
When did you get that?
This is an itinerary.
When did you get that?
When I booked it, but it's not from Apple.
Who is it from?
From her.
Okay.
It says until travel.
Please. You show that to her. Oh, just show her. You don't get to speak on it. Are you objecting to this?
No, it's the application.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm not sure what the top said because he could have copied and pasted that, but the itinerary that I gave.
Well, that's what we're showing it to you for. To see if
it doesn't match what you have the original one, so I can't see that one because you have it. The one I gave you is the same.
You haven't objected to it, so if you cut and pasted something on there, that was why we give it to you.
Well, that's why I'm just asking you a question. I don't know. No application that you have is the original itinerary. So
yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I can only look
at what he has
right now.
I'm going to object to that.
You're objecting it because of what, ma'am? Because this
it doesn't look like mine.
Right, but is it because of this language at the top? Is that what you think?
Because it should have come directly from Apple. So if you don't have it, doesn't say what mine say, then that's not That's something that he could have made up. So
Right. Now, as I'm noting your objection, I'm looking at it. This looks like an email, and maybe he just doesn't know how to print it the way you printed it, because when you go into an email to print it, you can do things a little differently.
oh,
But this is what you are telling me you received, sir. Sunday, December 22nd at 11 a.m. It went to your email from Apple Vacations. You just handed this to me.
I agree, but
I just asked you, did you receive something from Apple Vacations? First you said yes. Then when I asked you what, then you changed it and say you didn't. Nothing about this tells me that this is not from Apple Vacation. It says it's an Apple Vacation itinerary. It gives you an Apple Vacations reservation number. It says, thank you for choosing Apple Vacations. And so it tells you the departure date. It has your name as the primary name on here, as the passenger. I asked you, did it say anything about an email? I mean, a flight. It tells me your flight information on here. Delta Airlines flight. And then it tells me the return flight, sir. It gives you the confirmation number for your Delta Airlines flight on the paperwork that you just handed to me, that you just told me you did not have any flight information for. So now I'm confused, or maybe I'm not the confused one.
okay, when I contacted Apple, they said you have to go through your travel agent and they won't give you any information. It's
I'm
right
not worried
here.
about that right now. Right now I'm worried about, but my question was, did you ever get anything from about your flight? You told me no, but you did get something about your flight. And I asked you before that, was your flight non-refundable? You received this December 22nd. Correct?
Yes.
December 22nd, it has your flight stuff was booked with the package.
Okay, but does it say non-refundable?
It says basic economy. Non-refundable basic economy fare. I'm a Delta Platinum member. Let me be clear here. I know what basic economy is.
Okay.
You can't even pick your own seat.
exactly. You got the cheapest flights.
You can't pick your own seat. Delta's gonna make you pay extra. You can't make a change. If you miss your flight, you might be out of trouble. If you book basic economy. That's what this is saying. You booked a basic economy fare, which is the lowest one that they offer. If you cancel, you don't even get a credit from Delta if you book basic economy. If it was not your intent to book basic economy, that you can't put that on anyone else, because this was sent to you on the 22nd, and I'm assuming it would have been booked on or about the 22nd, and you get 24 hours to cancel. So you could have looked at it and said, I don't want no basic economy seats. You know, I do this travel thing. I fly in the front of the plane. Okay. And so you could have canceled, or had your agent who was assisting you at the time, also the person you're in some level of relationship with, to upgrade it. It's going to cost a little more though. That could have happened. So nonetheless, you were advised based on your exhibit that you had a flight and that it was non-refundable.
Okay.
Since it says it on here.
Okay.
Continue.
So when I tried to cancel the rest, because I booked through Rue, and I booked
You booked through Rue? What do you mean?
Rue is the resort.
I know, but what do you mean you booked through them?
I said I had my stay at Rue.
Okay, got it.
Rue, right? So I knew, okay, listen, if I didn't get a refund for the flight, I will get a refund for my resort. But as I can show you in the paperwork that the credit card sent me, they refunded it the whole trip, and then they sent an itinerary that didn't have my name on it for another person, not me, on that same booking. And that's what I just received, sent to you right there.
This is the exhibit you're telling me. So this is from NCR Payment Solution. Is that your credit card?
Yeah.
Okay. It said this was in February.
Yeah, because she.
It looks like you tried to. This is in response to you disputing the entire charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cardholder made a reservation with their chosen travel agent. The cardholder did purchase the Travel Protection Plus full travel credit insurance on the package. The call I don't know what that means. The called and canceled their reservation through Apple Vacation since both travelers carry travel protection. The cancellation will be processed according to those terms. The protection simply says cancel before departure and receive future travel credits for your payment minus the cost of the used insurance. So the total pay was $3,085 minus $179, which was the 98, which was the cost of the insurance. So $2905.12 refund due in the form of future credits. Please see attached documentation. Please issue a full reversal to this chargeback. The chargeback was presented so quickly, Apple Vacations did not have a chance to issue the future travel credits. And which is what will happen once reversal is received. This is saying that you should have gotten a credit for $2,905.
Yes, and I didn't get it.
Right, which was incorrect because they made an error on there. The original booking, he didn't have travel insurance. So because he didn't have travel insurance, the flights were.
Look at the paperwork.
I gotta go by what this says.
Right.
So this came from Apple,
well, and that's
Apple Leisure Group. Doug,
look at the itinerary that I gave you, and if you also look at the travel credit for Apple Vacation, they broke down those dollars.
Doug Reese from Apple Vacations. He's supposed to be the fraud chargeback specialist. What's this on the back, sir?
No, that ain't the one I
No,
did.
I'm asking you. What is this on the back?
No, that ain't.
What is it on the back? You gave it to me. What is it?
I don't think that's my form.
This is your form.
No, that's not mine. That's the one she gave me.
No, this is what you handed me.
No, I gave you another one. It's over there.
You just handed me this.
No.
It's not my document.
This is your document. This is what I just read where you said that you had travel insurance. You had this printed on the back of it.
Let's see. I don't think that's mine.
I'm positive it's yours. And for the record, we have cameras all over here.
Okay. Could you look at the other form? Because I don't have the blue.
You only gave me 2 forms.
I didn't give you nothing that got a blue on it.
I put the blue on it. It's a sticker telling me that you admitted it into evidence.
Okay. That might be what, okay.
It's not no mic. This is yours.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's the documents that prove that of the itinerary that supposedly I went. And you see
It says canceled reservation.
Yeah. And my
one adult.
My name is not even on there.
That's not.
Well, it's her name on here.
And somebody else's.
Well,
let me explain that.
Wait. I didn't. You know, it's not your turn to talk right now.
I'm sorry. I was trying to explain you can understand what happened.
You'll have an opportunity to present after he presents his defense.
Okay.
But now it's not the time. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Canceled reservation, Traveler 1, total package $1,421. But this is not the same.
It got rebooked. That's what I'm trying to
that clearly you can see that. Probably after you canceled it. Probably after you canceled it, she said it's still my birthday. I'm gonna go somewhere. I don't know. But that has nothing. This back doesn't really have anything to do, or shouldn't have anything to do with your credit, unless she used your credit. So we won't go there right now. We'll keep that right there. Any other proof you got, sir?
So they refused to do the reversal of my credit card company. So I didn't get my money back.
Well, your credit card company should have done a reversal because you booked the trip. That's fraud. You can't now go put in and tell your credit card company that you didn't book a trip. Yes, you did. You did book a trip.
Yes.
So you tried to get the money back. Ma'am?
Sorry.
You tried to get the money back, but you did book a trip and they know you booked the trip. That's why they are requesting, no, you got to put that charge back on there. He did book this trip and supposedly had insurance. Now, we got to get into whether or not you had some insurance. I don't have anything otherwise that tells me that you didn't have insurance other than this saying that you did have insurance. If this is the itinerary that was booked, the original?
That's the original itinerary. We can actually call them if you want to call the 800 number. If you got more time to court time, we can wait. You can call Apple Vacations and you can ask. I can ask.
Okay, give me a moment. And let's see here. Flights, adult price, options. There's nothing on here that says that you booked insurance in this price. There's nothing on there. What do you have there?
Okay. So I didn't book insurance. My credit card company said I booked insurance.
No, that's not your credit card company. This was Apple Vacations fraud specialist, but I don't know where you got that from because it's not here. This is your itinerary. This is what you paid for. This was what was sent to you when you booked.
Yeah, but I'm saying is I didn't get my money back.
What money back?
I gave you money back.
Ma'am, I'm going to have to, if you keep outbursting, your case will be dismissed.
My money back for the vacation because I never took it. I didn't get no credits.
Right. But according to the agent, there is a credit, but it's only for the hotel portion. That there was no credit for the flight portion because it was non-refundable. Now, if you had booked insurance or on that, then that would have covered it. But I don't see in your receipt where it says you booked travel insurance. And we got to get into the post of the statements. Did you make some posts on social media or Google or Better Business Bureau?
Yes.
Okay. And what were those statements?
I was like, I thought it was a scam because basically, if I'm dealing with Apple Vacations, I have canceled vacations before, and long as I'm the official person who booked it, I can just do it. This shouldn't even take 2 minutes for me to cancel the vacation.
So you're saying you thought Apple scammed you, or who scammed you?
Because
I don't know. I can't listen to points in court.
Okay.
Who?
She did.
Who's she?
Shamika.
Okay, you put on the post that Miss Barney scammed you.
Yeah, because if it was booked through Apple Vacations, I could have canceled the vacation by myself. I didn't need no travel agent or anything. I could have just went on their site and canceled the vacation, and I would have got whatever credits due to me back to me.
And you tried to cancel on Apple?
Yes, I did.
And they told you couldn't?
I could not.
Okay. Anything else that you want? You have more evidence or no?
I can show you evidence that I tried to cancel through Apple and they kept on sending me back to Shanika, my travel agent.
Do you have evidence of that?
Yes. Well, I was trying to see why wasn't I
Apple online, like Apple Vacations?
Yeah, Apple Vacation online.
So when you went on to their online, you saw this, but did you see one for you?
Nope, it was gone.
What do you mean it was gone?
It was not there. I didn't have one. So that's why I was like, she booked the vacation, but my name was never on it because I never.
So this is what you use as, you can get that back. That's what you use as a basis for you not being on the vacation?
Yeah.
Even though you had a itinerary that had your name on it? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm telling you right now, that is not a basis of that. That to me, and I'll tell you in my ruling what I believe that was. Do you have any more evidence that you want to provide?
I can just provide I was never refunded anything from my credit card. So, I haven't even got no travel credits or anything.
Well, we just had Apple on the line, and we got multiple emails that indicate you have a credit as it stands with Apple Vacation for $772.97.
How can I access that?
You have to contact, it says on here, it says you need to contact the travel advisor, Shamika Barney, to redeem those credits. You have to contact Apple Vacations or IntelliTravel to figure out that. I don't have anything to do with that, but they're saying that you do have a credit. You had no other additional evidence on your end, correct? And then you have evidence. You also told the court that you were not going to take this trip for her birthday, but the court disbelieves that because I don't see why you all would take a trip dead smack in the middle of her birthday if it wasn't for her birthday. You also wanted me to believe that you all were not in a relationship, but I read the text messages. You absolutely were in a relationship, and you said it in the text messages. You told her, the only thing I want you to be thinking about is Jamaica with your man. Plus, we have to do other events. So you were taking her on a trip. You told her you were taking her on a trip. You talked about it. You talked about how you were going to start the year. You talked about other things. You knew she was booking this, that she was going to be the one taking care of it, and that she was going to have to call you when it came time to make the reservation to get some additional information. So You're in a relationship with her. You already know she's a travel agent. You already know, why would she go through someone else? You didn't direct her in here. You need to go directly through Apple. Why would she do that in the first place? You knew all of that was going on. Your only request was that she was supposed to get rid of your credit card number after she made the arrangements. And she said in the messages, for security purposes, it's automatically deleted after the transaction is made. And I got to call you after Bible studies when I get ready to do X, Y, and Z to get some information. You proceed to send a text message with your credit card number and information on there. So I don't believe for 1 minute that you didn't have any understanding that she was going to be booking this trip. You already knew she was a travel agent. So I don't think that was a question or concern. The other concern that I have is that when you got upset or whatever caused you all to have a breakdown, whether it was that she had too much going on, which I don't think she provided. I don't think either provided me.
I got an email right there.
I don't think I was going to say none of you provided me text messages about when this was going to get canceled. I asked you if you had any other evidence 17 times. Now you got evidence. What is that?
The text message that I sent her.
For what?
On the day that I told her that the relationship, she was, I was dealing with too much. And
does it tell you, does it say, did you ask her to cancel the trip on that text message?
I got the email where text where I got her to cancel too.
Unless that purports to tell me when you told her to cancel it, I don't really need to see that anymore. I believe that you all broke up. I don't care how or why you broke up. I believe it. And so the concern is whether or not your statements that she provided poor service or that she had defrauded you were false. I agree they were false. Those were not true statements, and you knew they weren't true. You were being vindictive. You knew that she had not provided you any poor services. You wanted to purport and you did attach a business that's not even associated with it, which is automatically false. Whether it was your intent to use that business or not, before you go filing a Better Business Bureau investigation claim, you better make sure you have the right information. You attacked a business that she sells clothing on, and you said that she provided you poor service and that your ex-friend was supposed to have booked a vacation, but she used her own travel agency, and I never authorized her to do that. That's not the truth. I read your text messages. You knew she was going to do that. She said in the text messages.
I authorized her to book the vacation, but it was supposed to be booked directly through Apple.
That was not a communication that you had.
So that's why I call it poor service, because if it was in King Johnny's name, I could have canceled the thing.
It was in your name.
I couldn't cancel it.
Yes, you could. It was in your name, but you got to cancel through the agent. That's how it works. You knew she was booking it, and you knew she was a travel agent. She booked in through her travel agency company, and you had to go through her to cancel it, what she did. You can't go directly to Apple Vacations. That's how IntelliTravel works.
I didn't know that.
That's not our fault. The fact that you didn't know something doesn't mean that you get to now go and file a claim saying someone provided you poor service, because it's being told to you how this works. It tells you even on the itinerary how you cancel it. You have to read your own stuff that you got. You told me you didn't get anything from Apple Vacations, and then you proceeded to hand me something that came from Apple Vacations that tells you that you had booked an itinerary and that you received this via your email. You said you received it Sunday, 11 a.m. on December 22, 2024. And it tells you how far in advance you can cancel. It tells you what was refundable, what was not refundable. And it tells you if you book directly through Apple, you go through Apple. If you didn't book directly through Apple, you did a third party, you got to go through that third party. Your booking was through a third party. And unfortunately, it was through a third party in which you were having some relationship with. There's nothing here or nothing that Ms. Barney has presented to show me that she's done anything that was unprofessional. You asked her to cancel it. She immediately canceled the booking. You have not provided me any messages showing me where you all had some additional back and forth, where she told you she wasn't going to do it, where I see where it was canceled. To the contrary, I see where you took additional steps to now try to dispute the charge on your credit card when you knew you had You knew you had booked a vacation and you had gotten confirmation that you had booked a vacation. It tells you right here that you booked a vacation. And it was an Apple Vacations reservation with a reservation number, and that the third party was IntelliTravel. It tells you that on here.
But look on the back, it doesn't even have my name on that.
Your name is on the front. It says it right here. This is your exhibit. Johnny Eric Davison.
I'm talking about the travel
I don't
service.
care. This is your itinerary. Your name is on there.
Yeah, but on the other one, the credit card company had my name not on the itinerary.
I don't care about that. That was after the fact. That was after you had asked for it to be canceled. After you asked for it to be canceled and you go pull something up, it could have anybody's name on it. You asked for it to be canceled and you got confirmation the same day that it was canceled. Going in there on the 14th of February and seeing that there's new people on there, irrelevant. Because you've been canceled and they gave you a credit. And they notified you that they gave you a credit.
They didn't.
Yes, they did. They said it right here. That after you had committed a fraudulent request for a chargeback. Chargeback is when you are a victim of fraud. You did not authorize any charges. You authorized charges. We got text message here to show you that you authorized the charges. Not only that, this is a legitimate business. You got a legitimate reservation and it was right here. You knew you had a legitimate trip because you told her to cancel it. You can't cancel a fake trip. So you knew it. You just didn't like it. And you were upset. And now you're being vindictive. And not only did you cancel the trip because you were being vindictive, you now want to go and discredit her business. You went on 2 sites and said very bad service and that you were suing her and that she's a scam artist. She's shown that nothing she's done was a scam. So that means your statements were false. And you knew they were false. You knew you had an itinerary because this is your exhibit. You showed me your itinerary. You knew you had a trip and you knew that it was legitimate. And just because when you cancel it, you don't get your full amount back doesn't make her a scam artist. When you book a non-refundable flight or trip, it's non-refundable. She didn't get to keep your money. Now, whether or not she kept her portion of the flight, that's up to her. She doesn't have to cancel yours. You said cancel a trip. I ain't going on a trip with you no more. There's a portion of that trip in her name. You will never get credit for it. And if she canceled the trip in her name, Delta just pockets the money. She doesn't have to cancel that just because you don't want to go. If Apple Vacations policy is that when we cancel a trip for 2, the only thing that you're entitled to rebook is what's under your name, then that's their policy. All the information I have right now supports that that's to be their policy. That's based on what I have here, which is the credit amount. If I subtract what the total per person amount minus what I believe to be the amount of the price of the ticket, and that's based on what you showed me on your phone, then I believe that they only credited you what was applied under your name. When I had a similar situation with IntelliTravel through Apple Vacations, that's exactly what happened to me. They put my portion in my name. They put the other portion in the other person's name, one email, because I was the one who primarily handled the booking, and it was on my credit card. They send me the email. It had my name and her name on there and the amount of the credit for each. As it turns out, we were still friends. A year later, I want to take a birthday trip, so we both use it. So I didn't have that issue, but she was able to use the credit under her name, and I was able to use the credit under my name. And we didn't book. This was only land. This was not anything that included air. So I believe that is their policy, but we can't get them on there to confirm. You can navigate that yourself. You can call them on your own, or the 2 of you outside of this can get back on the phone and you can wait until infinity on the phone with Apple Vacations to try to figure out whether or not you should have gotten more credit or not. I'll leave that up to you. I'm not going to get involved in that, but I do believe that you did disseminate or publish information that you knew to be false, and that it was defamatory to her. Now, here's where the issue for you is. You got to prove that you had some damages, and you've not been able to prove any damages here. You got to show me where you lost business, or that somebody was going to book with you and they didn't, or that Apple Vacations put you on pause and you were, or IntelliTravel said you're not able to, book until we can sort this out, and you've not been able to establish any of that.
I can establish that because I had to go when that chargeback came back. I got that came back from me with that chargeback. I had to present them information for the chargeback and everything for them. I wasn't unable to do what I needed to do.
I recognize that you were present to help clear that up, but did they put your ability to book travel on pause while that happened?
Not exactly, but I don't know who's seen these reviews. Is what I'm saying. It was on Google, and I'm sure somebody.
I recognize.
On there said that people were looking.
I just looked. I don't see the review on there, so I can't. I don't. It must have been taken off. So I don't know. I think you had 7 reviews at the time,
and I kept going back to speak.
Yeah, it's probably been removed at this point because it's definitely not on there now. It looks like you might have 13 reviews, and this is on Google. If this is what you're telling me. Overall, they look like the reviews were all positive. And a lot of these reviews look like they came around about the time or after. Most of these reviews were after even this alleged post, because this would have been in January of 2025. I've had my boutique for 8.5 years. Right. And there's a lot of posts that were like 7 months from here. So it looks like you still had some good business. I don't know what or how this affected your finances or your business, but that's for you to prove. Now, I do believe that it does have an effect. Her coming into court, having to dispute all that. She's supposed to, you work.
I'm at work right now. My store is closed.
She's got to close her business to come in here and deal with that. That there's a cost associated with that. I do believe that there has been some emotional distress, but I can't put a number on what her emotional distress is for having to come in here or having to go back and dispute these statements. You got to be careful about what you do and what you say about people, especially when you're attaching their means of money to it, how they earn money. How would you like it if she called your job because she was upset and said something fraudulent about you to get you in trouble? You wouldn't like it. And so I recognize that the relationship didn't go the way you wanted to, but that you were the one who requested, after what she said was a short period of time, that you wanted to take her on a trip. You wanted me to believe that you were doing this because it was the start of baseball. That's not why you was taking on a trip. You just made it clear in there why you was taking her on a trip. And so I don't believe you've been 100% honest with the court about the nature of the relationship, why you were going on the trip. I do believe that you lack some information as it relates to how this works. I don't think that was necessarily on her because it tells you in the paperwork that you provided to me booking, it tells you that information. I just don't think you read it. Shows the court that she defrauded you and made and did it and told you that she booked a trip when she didn't. She did book a trip. She did book it through Apple Vacations. She's a travel agent. Why would she go through anybody but her own system to go through it? Probably even got a discount because she did that. I don't know. But I think it's reasonable. And I think you knew that she was doing that based off the communication that I saw that was submitted by her between the two of you. And you have a credit. So, and you've received all this information from Apple Vacations and or IntelliTravel since then. But I think that you had already jumped the gun and made these statements on the World Wide Web that you could not now retract. It's important when you're going through breakups and other such that you're careful about what you disseminate. Because sometimes you might be acting in the heat of passion and later you can put yourself in a situation that you can't really turn around from. Unfortunately, I have nothing that before me that I can rule on as it relates to losses. So I can't give you a ruling. I think it literally is a dollar is only I can give you because you haven't given me anything to support what you lost.
I can bring some supporting documents if that's what I need to do.
Your boutique is open daily, is what you're saying?
My boutique is open Tuesday through Saturday, and I have a travel agency. I'm also a notary and process service. So I have multiple businesses there. So I'm losing multiple income by not being at work.
So I'm going to have to reset.
What do I need to bring you up?
You got to bring proof and evidence to support. This is the amount of money that I lost from my business as a result of his false statements and even litigating the false statement, because I recognize you have to close your business to come here.
And okay, so how am I supposed to produce evidence? Okay, I had like yesterday, for example, I had a booking for $25,000. I don't know each person each day what they're going to pay on booking. So okay, so I had a customer come in and book their vacation to Africa. They paid $25,000 for people, first class flight. I have customers high end, so I'm losing different amounts. It's not the same amount every day. I don't get paid by the hour.
So the court's not allowed to make a guesstimation that because this was posted that someone was going to call your business for travel services and they didn't. Because again, even as he posted the statement, he didn't attach this to any travel agent. So it wasn't like someone was trying to Google, Mrs. Barney's travel agency. I don't know what your travel agency is called. And then saw these reviews. They wouldn't see that.
So it's most customers that use my boutique use my travel agency too. I've been around for quite some time.
So then these are people that would know you then. That doesn't help support that claim would help support any of your claim that you had damages, because if people know you, because they would know when someone's lying.
But not all my customers know me. I have a travel agency. I have a website for my boutique, and I have a storefront as well.
It's your responsibility. It's the plaintiff's responsibility to bring the proof of damages. I can't tell you how you bring that.
Well, I'll bring something. I'm just saying, when someone, I don't have a crystal ball. Every day someone shops.
And the court doesn't have a crystal ball either, so I can't just say, $5,000 because it's happened. Because it could be that you lost 10,000. It could be that you lost 0. I don't know. So
I guess I'll have to compare what I made last year in March.
You can't bring fictitious numbers either. It has to be actual losses. I don't care where your money stopped because you're bringing any proof that these statements affected your ability to earn money. Okay. Actual earnings, not what you believed you could have earned. Okay. Actual earnings. Like I would have been able to book. I lost this client and they, this person was going to book with me, but they saw these posts. You have to be able to establish that there were actual damages. So if you can bring some of that proof, then that'll help the court determine whether or not
So how do I know if the damages were the boutique and not the travel?
And I don't care if it was, I'm not asking for one or the other.
Okay, so I'll just bring in everything. Exactly. What each bit my boutique would have made, what the travel agency would have made per day. Because I took a loss of not being there. I don't know which business took a loss. It's in the same location. So I guess that's why I was trying to figure out, what should I bring you? A balance sheet from the boutique, the travel, or my notary and process?
Whatever you're alleging. If you're saying you lost you lost money from both, then you have to provide proof of damages for both. Okay, that's up to you. Okay, and so I'll give you time to do that. Can we have a date for her to bring that proof? We can do October 14th at 9. October 14th at 9. Okay, we'll get you a notice to appear. Any questions for the court from either of you?
So I have to appear too, then.
You both have to appear.
Yeah, I'm losing money too now.
It was based on your statement that you're losing money.